Buenas notte, everybody. Welcome to your second of weekly Steelchair shows of the weekend. As you can tell, my throat is destroyed, but then again, though, that's because I've just had a horrible weekend. Welcome to the weekly Steelchair, of course, brought to you by the Weekly Armchair Sports Talk, where I'm not even hosting. So let me just fix this. There we go.
Yeah,
There
put
we
me
go.
in my place. The faceless wonder is here.
That's one way to describe you.
Well, we're here and we're ready for another quiz special. So, people, if you're not up for joining the call, that's absolutely fine. Get in the comments anyway. Get in that live chat. Answer these questions. Please do not use Google or any similar program. It's all a bit of fun. At the end of the day, we want as many of you as possible to say, I beat Reece at a quiz. Because let's be honest, it's not that hard to do. Get in here,
I would be
get
so
it
sure
done,
about that.
get the family crowded round the screen and see if you can all beat Reece. I don't care if your great auntie Nora has never seen wrestling in her life. She might be able to defeat Reece at this quiz
I think
tonight.
even you know. I think even you know, and let's be real, even you know, it is actually hard to beat me because every time somebody has at least went for it, it's always been narrow victory, very narrow. You can't deny that.
No, true. I mean, William was quite narrow, but Billy was.
Narrow as well. He was half a
Yeah,
point.
I was like, he was half a point, wasn't he?
Well, you can all cheat. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna be in full screen.
Are
But if
you
anybody,
saying that I cheat on these questions?
hell yeah.
Disgusting. You know something? That's almost as disgusting as the man who opened Collision last night.
Nah, last night's collision opener was absolutely fantastic, and it was genuinely one of the best promos of the year. So, credit to him.
I don't
And
know.
that,
It was
it was exactly what we
same
need.
old. I felt
It was
very
exactly
much
what we
sort of.
needed to hear.
I'm CM Punk. By the way, I'm CM Punk. I do it all for me because hi, I'm CM Punk, and fans just lap it up. I think he's an arrogant little tool.
If that had been Roman Reigns, let's be real, if that was Roman Reigns, it'd be getting celebrated like the best promo of all time. So
Yeah, but Roman's heel, so
no, he's not actually.
he's
I mean,
supposed to be though.
he's not.
CM Punk's supposed to be face. Roman Reigns is supposed to be heel, and
Punk's a
you
tweener.
are
Punk's a
supposed to be
tweener.
losing at a quiz tonight.
I'm not gonna lose. Although to be fair, Davian, you're in the live chat, my man. Good to see you. The link's in our group chat if you want to join, bud. Because obviously Davian done a fantastic job last time. Done a brilliant job last time.
If you wanna come on, Reece has obviously fired you the link, and
I have. I've fired the link to a lot of people. I've
in
fired the
front of me.
link to a lot of people.
So we're going to shoot for a 7:15 start time. People, gives you time to get your one bill fill.
Yeah, that was brilliant. To be fair, yeah, we'll go for about. We'll start at 15:15.
Yeah,
quiz.
we're going to
We'll
start the
officially
actual
then.
quiz at 15:15. We're going to let you get in, get your Sunday coats off, get yourselves comfy, round the screen where you're watching Reece and a talking title. As we get ready for this quiz, I thought Collision was all right. Obviously, I don't pay for it, so I'll catch a full show soon enough. But I did watch.
I watched on my BTV, so I'm alright.
Yeah, I watched the highlights AEW just put up on their channel. You can see most of what's important. Andrade versus Buddy Matthews looked like a good match. Miro got a strong squash. There was a lot less silliness about it. I'm in love with the commentary team. Maybe Jim Ross feels like he's a little extra there.
He admitted he apologised as well because obviously he did fall and he had a black eye and he wasn't up to physical condition. But obviously, one thing about Jim Ross is Jim Ross will honour his. He'll honour his contract. You know,
I know.
but
I feel like he just doesn't need to be there though. I feel like he literally just doesn't need to be doing that. And that if they want to do anything with the announce team, you get Tony Schiavone off it, and you have JR as a permanent member of the Dynamite team.
Yeah,
but maybe JR said, "I don't want to be around anyone on that Dynamite thing."
Potentially, I'm not sure. I think it's hard to predict, but
how's a man with JR's credibility meant to call an Orange Cassidy match?
by calling it like a wrestling fan, because that's what Orange
A
Cassidy
true
does.
wrestling fan would call out Orange Cassidy for not wrestling. Hey, Yeti
No,
boy,
it
how you
would.
doing?
No,
We-
no,
Get ready
no.
to beat Reece in this quiz, everybody. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, boy, if you want to join us as well, mate, you're more than welcome. Davian, get in here and sort this out, mate. Because I am like with a buckled throat. I am not defending Orange Cassidy on my own. I'm sick of the Orange Cassidy slander. I'm sick of it.
I will slander Orange Cassidy until the day he croaks.
Until you remember, like, when was the last time you watched an Orange Cassidy match? Be honest with me.
The pay-per-view.
Okay. And in that match, genuinely, I saw no fault. I saw no fault from him at all.
I mean, the last Orange Cassidy match I'd seen before it was Big Bill.
At least you can be in the comments, mate. Everyone in the live chat can go against me then. That's okay.
And remember, he takes every move Big Bill has and then just, all right. Oh.
Yep. Well,
I
good for
almost
you,
want
man.
to give you I'm not going to, Davian, but I almost do want to give you a points penalty for that. Just absolutely horrendous opinion. Orange Cassidy's a good wrestler if you watch his. No,
Yeah,
it's
it is.
not. It's
It
not.
is.
It's not wrestling.
You're just
The minute
it is.
he
You're
puts
just
his
so against it.
hands in his pockets, he's
But
not
you're
actually wrestling. He's just
he hasn't
playing
done
a
that.
part.
He hasn't done that for ages, by the way. That is not a joke. He hasn't done it for ages.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay, I'm telling you, Reece, if I go and watch him against Swerve from Dynamite,
What? He didn't put his hands in his pockets.
and you're telling me he didn't.
Davian
Okay.
watches. Davian
Okay.
watches
What
AEW
about
and he
the
watches
fake
WWE
shin
all the time.
kicks? Are the fake shin kicks still a thing? The not
Very rarely does them now. Literally, he changes it up. Like he's completely changed his setup. The only thing I don't like him is that he does get dominated all match, but wins by a fluke roll up. I quite like the roll up.
To be fair, Darby Allin does the same thing but better.
No, Darby Allin does one thing better, and that's lose to a headlock takeover.
Darby Allin does the roll up win better because he's got it as a named move. He's stopped doing most of his sloth wrestling. Okay.
Remember what I told
something, people? I'm going to give this a chance.
I told you a couple of weeks
And
ago.
if you've all just lied to me and he's still absolutely awful, the slander will continue. If it's a good match, I will lower the slander. I'm not stopping.
Remember what I told you? Remember what I told you a couple of weeks ago about the pay-per-view match? I told you at Double or Nothing, it was Swerve Strickland that put Orange Cassidy's hands in his pockets. He put his hands in there to stop him from going over the rope. But again, Orange Cassidy being smart, got to deal with it. He dealt with it. But he literally was on his knees and he put his hands in his pockets to try and neutralize him. That wasn't Orange Cassidy's decision.
My head is shaking so furiously, people would think an optical illusion was on the screen if I had my face cam on. Anyway, the point is, we're not talking about that clown. We're talking about the quiz. And I'm going to run through the rounds as they come up, people. Also, if anything's wrong, do remember I do very thorough research. If anything is wrong with these answers, feel free to dispute it. I will have a Google and we will fix it. I'm not saying that this is going to be perfect, but you don't come here for perfection. You come here for chaos and a good time. So
that's
round one.
I'm going into full screen as well now. Well, hold on, last comment. And then you'll be taking over. This is the first time I've heard someone slander wrestler so much that isn't named the Elite or Punk.
Yeah, boy, I've wanted Orange Cassidy's name from the moment I saw him against, was it Jesper the Clown? It was this match that it went round. I think it was available on YouTube. And it was him against a clown, and it was the spots featured like the clown rocking him to sleep and putting a pillow and a blanket in the ring so he could sleep, and the crowd were like, oh, and I was like, yeah, this isn't wrestling, this is circus. This is horrible.
Except that was then, this is now, and he's completely
I've hated him since then, and sometimes you just poison the water too much, right? Sometimes you just go too far. Anyway, speaking of going too far,
look at the dross that somebody pops up.
Round one. One-offs is the name of this.
One-offs.
One-offs.
Okay.
So I'm going to name a match which, after my extensive research, only happened once. Or only happened once so far, you could even say. You've to give me the year and the show, and there's a point for each.
How many questions in your first round?
There are 6.
6.
So
Okay.
12
That's not
points
too
up
bad.
for grabs in round 1. Obviously, show is self-explanatory, and I don't need to explain to anyone how the years work. So this is a nice little first round. Again, people are getting their coats off. We're just getting started.
And
So,
also,
Oh.
Eilidh will keep an eye on the live chat as well. If for any correct answers, she will not confirm if you do have any correct answers, but she will keep log of your answers as well.
yes, and at the end of each of the 4 rounds, that's when I will go through the answers. Actually, except for round 3, where I do have to do it question at a time.
That's fine.
Just
No,
because
that's
that's
okay.
how it's working. But rounds 1, 2, and 4, I will do the questions after. Round 2 isn't actually that long. Round 3 is huge. So, round 1, I want you to tell me the show and the year for The Rock versus Eddie Guerrero.
All right. Okay, that's fine. Funnily enough, I do remember this one.
Greats.
I actually do remember this because if I'm right, he did. Funnily enough, sing about him. I believe he made that Eddie Guerrero. You want to go one-on-one with the great one? See, and then he compares them to what? Cheech and Chong. Yep, there you go. See my memory. See,
Okay.
21 in madness. Let's go.
Question 2, more recent. Dean Ambrose versus Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins.
Yep, no worries. In my head, thank you very much. I actually watched this earlier on. Roman took the pin as well. Even better. Fraud.
Okay. Match numéro 3. And people, again, if you're putting your comments in the live chat, just have a little thing at the side of you so you can track your own score in case I missed some of them, in case we've gone forward. So, question 1, I asked you The Rock versus Eddie Guerrero. Question 2, Dean Ambrose versus Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins Shield Triple Threats. So, question number 3, almost as iconic. We've got Hulk Hogan versus Shawn Michaels. At what event and in which year did that take place?
It's a funny match.
Mallow, we're
Shawn-
only 2 now, 3 questions in. So,
If
run
anyone
through
does
question
if anyone
1.
does want to join, if anyone does want to join live, you're more than welcome. Obviously, Eilidh will keep an eye out, and if anybody does,
Absolutely.
then I'll send the link. I'll stay in full screen, but obviously I can just use my keyboard. And I can
Yeah.
switch
If anyone
tabs.
wants to come on the actual call, Reece will send a link out. He's in charge of that sort of thing. I trust him not to cheat, and we'll
I've
see.
already got my answers anyway for your first few questions.
So, if you are just joining with text, though, Mallow, question 1. So you have to name the year and the show that this one-off match happened. So, question 1 was The Rock versus Eddie Guerrero. Question 2, Dean Ambrose versus Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. And question 3, just gone there, Hulk Hogan versus HBK Shawn Michaels.
And Mallow, you're more than welcome to drop some Hogan slander, because we all know Hogan is a cunt.
That's not very nice.
You know it's the truth.
It's not very nice. I'm seeing some answers from the people in the chat. That's great to see.
Excellent. If you'd rather stay in the live chat and just drop your answers, that is also fine. You're still going to be taken serious. You'll still be taken serious on your responses, so it's okay.
We're all equal here, except for Reece, who we're all superior to. Remember
you
that.
Wish. You wish.
Right, match 4, Rey Mysterio versus Rob Van Dam.
Mysterio versus Van Dam.
Yes.
Okay, I haven't watched that one quite some time. I'm thinking. Try to remember if that was in his first run or his second run. I haven't watched this match in years, so I can't remember. That's actually quite a good question. Fair play, yeah. Let's see.
I do my best.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's a good one.
So, match 4 for the people in the comments, Rey Mysterio versus Rob Van Dam.
Just to be sure on this one, these one-offs, are they all just WWE related, or could that also mean other promotions?
I will... You'll be able to tell.
True.
It'll be where they're most notorious.
Reasonable. So I'm going to go for...
This is always the answer. I've got to double check. Because I have the show down, but I need to see if it's accepted as anything else.
I might be able to help you with that as well if you need it, but...
Oh, absolutely. That's fine. From what I'm seeing it billed as, there's nothing else I could accept.
Right. No, that's fine. That's fine. Whatever you've got is the final answer.
Again,
that's okay.
I will take any arguments from the chat. If they think something else should be accepted, that's absolutely fine.
That's sound.
But yeah, so I'm checking the comments here. Okay. And remember, guys, if you've got the right year but the wrong show, you still get a point. If you got the right show but the wrong year, you still get a point.
Yep. And also, you don't have
even if you don't know the show, throw a year at it.
And if anybody does have it in the live chat, you don't have to say well done to this person, but you can say like fair play or anything like that, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I will acknowledge correct answers in my own way. Or I just acknowledge all the answers, to be honest. I go, in the comments.
Absolutely.
Nice answers there, Davian, Mallow. Good stuff. We'll see if you're right. Match number 5 and the second last question of this first round.
Go on.
Bret Hart versus the 1, 2, 3 Kid.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. It was just before I was born, but it was a one-off, and it was for the WWE title.
Bret Hart Mark.
I'm a big Bret Hart fan, you know that.
Bret Hart Mark, I said.
Here, I could recite a lot of Bret Hart title matches that people would generally get caught off by.
I think it was either the start of this year or very late last year. Greg watched his first Bret Hart match.
Finally lost that one then. Nice.
Why
does he hate Bret Hart again? Is it because he finds him boring?
Yeah, I think so.
Which is
understandable. I think he also doesn't like the personality.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I've always been a big Bret Hart fan, but even I know at times he can be a punk ass bitch.
Yeah, he's quite a whinge bag.
True, but if it's whinging about Goldberg, I'll allow it.
Yeah. Oh, and people also keep track of your own scores, because when we go through each round, you might just have to say how many you got, and that's all good. Don't feel the need to relist your answers again.
Absolutely.
Just tell me your score at the end of the round, and
Yep.
I will keep track, and we'll see how many of us are managing to defeat Reece. Because again, shouldn't be that tricky. Come on.
I reckon so far points wise, I'm going to say a push maybe 10 or 11.
Ooh, okay.
I'm going to say, actually, no, sorry, because we've not done the last
Well,
question.
11
Sorry,
would be
9 points. Sorry,
11 would
9
be
points. Sorry,
impressive.
I'd say 9 points so far, depending on your last question. So I
Yeah.
reckon I could finish on 11 out of 12 on your
If
first
you
round.
know, if you know the last one, people would think the fix is in already because I've not said it, but I'm about to. Match number 6 and the final question of this first round. And don't worry if you think, oh, this round's been quick. As I say, there's one coming up that's going to take a while, but it will be a lot of fun. We have John Moxley versus Joey Janela.
Never thought that match would ever come up.
I mean, it's a fantastic clash of styles, isn't it? It's just superb.
The sarcasm in your voice is so warranted right now.
No, it's fantastic. I don't know what you're talking about. It's absolutely fantastic. I watch that match once a month.
Now you're proving my point about the sarcasm.
I mean, the man's so untrained he couldn't climb the ramp when he was thrown into it.
Which one?
Joey Janela. Do you remember that? I think he was fighting Cody.
Yeah.
And Cody like Irish whipped him into the ramp, and he couldn't vault himself up.
So bad.
He was awful.
I genuinely felt in that case, and I'm saying this, I actually felt for Moxley in this match. You had to actually work with him. I mean, you'll find it funny because it's Moxley torture, but even somebody like on that level of like their name, they're recognized. I would immediately turn down a match with Joey Janela. Like I would say no. I would refuse. I would take a fine or a potential sacking not to work with Joey Janela. That's how shit he is.
Fair.
I don't think you would argue that. I don't think you would argue.
No, he's absolutely dreadful.
I would literally do a Stone Cold towards Brock Lesnar. I would quote take my ball and go home. I would. And I get paid.
Boy, are you talking about the match Nakazawa had with the DJ?
Oh God, no! Let's not go there. Let's not go there.
Because he said the pre-show match on the show between Michael Nakazawa and some random person. It was a DJ, wasn't it? Like a radio DJ.
Yeah.
My word, what a strange time.
It was fucking criminal. Proper criminal. Anyway, up to you how you want to do this. You want to bounce to round 2, or do you want to do these answers first? What do you want to do?
No, we'll go through it. Let's
All right.
hear some answers. But firstly, for anyone filling in gaps, your 6 questions for round 1. Again, I give you a one-off match. You have to give me the year and the show, and you get a point for each one. So a maximum of 12 points in the first round. Here were the questions. Question 1 was The Rock versus Eddie Guerrero. Match 2, Dean Ambrose versus Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins, also known as the Shield Triple Threat. Match 3, Hulk Hogan versus HBK Shawn Michaels. Match 4, Rey Mysterio versus Rob Van Dam. Match 5, Bret Hart versus the 1-2-3 Kid.
Yep.
And match 6, John Moxley versus Joey Janela.
Yep.
So, going to give you a minute to fill it in. And okay, so while we're just waiting, favorite part of Collision last night then, was it the promo of your sycophantic cult leader?
He's not really my cult leader. Not
No,
really.
you've said quite strong words about him before.
That's true. That's because there's times where I think he can be an absolute arsehole, but then there's also times where I think he's spot on. I thought last night he was actually bang on the money. I liked the way he came out and approached everything. Like he went straight in, didn't hold back. And I like the fact is obviously I am a fan of the Elite as well, but I like the fact that he called them soft gamers. Like he called their fans soft as well. I thought it was genuinely funny. The hardcore fans got ripped to pieces last night.
I'd have loved it if Big Bill came out.
But overall, no,
Soft.
I like the main event, but I'll be honest, my favorite part of the whole show was 100% Andrade versus Buddy Matthews. I thought that was a fantastic match. I love the callbacks to their respective partners as well. I loved the selling by Matthews on with the knee as well, where he failed to do a sunset flip powerbomb from the top rope. I really liked that as well. Like immediately goes down, clutching his knee. And I liked the callbacks as well. And I just especially I love the match flow. Andrade did not look like he had ring rust. Like even though he hasn't wrestled in a long time, he looked rare to go. And I loved the involvement of McGuinness and Kevin Kelly as well, commentary as well, when they both simultaneously done Tranquilo. Overall, I thought that was the best part of the whole show for me. Like I really enjoyed that match, and I liked the fact it flowed straight away, like where they done it, positioned it wise. Can't fault it, and I'd like to see more of that.
I mean, I'd like to see, if Collision's going to give us more of the wrestling side of wrestling, I'm definitely up for more of that.
That's what it looks like. 2-hour show as well. Good timing. There's no need to make this an extra.
It's a 2-hour timing, but it was well. I mean, again, I've only watched highlights, but it seems to be sort of like well paced. Like they knew to have like a long match, and then they knew to have a squash. They had a squash.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Someone
absolutely.
told Tony what a squash match is. Incredible.
Yep. It was really well done. I know a lot of people already on social media asking already, what was your favorite, the CMFTR versus Bullet Club Gold and Joe, or was it the BCC versus the Elite? And I was like, I like both matches. One of them was short and explosive. The other was long but had short bursts that involved good spots. But me personally, I preferred Punk and FTR versus Joe and Bullet Club Gold, because I thought, as I said, I thought Jay White and Juice Robinson were fantastic in their heel roles, like especially as well trying to taunt Harwood and Wheeler. I thought they were excellent. I thought the callback to Punk and Joe's rivalry from Ring of Honor was fantastic. The chops from Joe, it looked like he wanted to kill him, like especially on Dax Harwood as well. Like he just no-sold Dax Harwood's chops, but the minute he chopped him once, he looked like he wanted to break his chest.
Mallow, Dinosaur won a title before Jungle Boy.
That's true. That is true. Singles titles, obviously Luchasaurus. Christian Cage as well, taking the title and done a great Khali was fantastic. Just holds the title upside down. Christian Cage right now is the best heel in wrestling. He's the best heel in wrestling.
Yeah, I do think if you were going to take the belt off Wardlow, you should have just had Christian do it.
I agree. That's the only thing I'm disappointed with, but
he
works it really well.
We're where we are now, and I'm certainly more excited for what goes on Saturdays than what goes on Wednesdays. But we'll see how long that lasts, and we'll see how long your optimism about this round lasts, because I'm about to go through some answers.
Absolutely. So, over to you.
Question 1 was The Rock versus Eddie Guerrero. Reece, what have you said? I needed a year, I needed a show.
I had an episode of Raw in 2002.
And that would be correct.
Of course it is.
More accurately,
it was a Raw just after Vengeance.
Someone put in the chat July 2002.
Yep, just after Vengeance when he won the title.
I'll see if I can find DC. Mm-hmm. That's Danny, isn't it? I forget names sometimes, people.
That's right.
Yeah, Danny, you've managed to absolutely nail it. I can't give you a third point, I'm afraid.
It was the
So that
first.
would be
It was the
unfair.
first Raw. It was the first Raw after Vengeance, because The Rock was on SmackDown the week before, because obviously he was a SmackDown superstar, and he told Eric Bischoff, who invited him to come to Raw, like jump ship, and he told him, no, I'm coming to Raw anyway, because I'm going to win the title. And that's exactly what he did, pinning Kurt Angle in one of the best triple threat matches of all time.
Well, speaking of best triple threat matches, what about number 2? When did you say this happened?
This was an average triple threat. Average.
I felt like they were holding back because they were going to do it again, and then they just didn't. But tell me where they did it the one and only time.
I had Battleground 2016.
I double check, but sometimes I need to triple check.
It was just after Money in the Bank, I believe. The pay-per-view followed Money in the Bank, and I think that was Battleground, because then he faced Dolph Ziggler for the title at SummerSlam.
Ah, yeah. See, I've got the answer noted down, and then I've typoed the year.
It's
2016.
Definitely.
I was like, when my note was read 2015, I was like, well, that's just not right, is it?
Yep.
Yep, typoed the year. There you go, guys. So Battleground 2016 for Dean Ambrose versus Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins for the one and only time, and probably the one and only time we are going to get it, because why would WWE want Dean Ambrose back?
Because end of the day, he's still liked in WWE by talent, not, mind you, not the folk above, but talent-wise, they still do like him.
Liked by talent, despite having very little.
True.
Question 3, or match 3, was Hulk Hogan versus Shawn Michaels.
Forget the Montreal screw job. This was this was the complete sell job. SummerSlam 2005. Shawn Michaels.
You just know you're right. SummerSlam 2005.
Because the year after, Hogan wrestled on the same show. He wrestled Randy Orton. So I knew it wasn't 2006. It was 2005, because obviously he done the super kick on Raw when he turned on Hogan, which I was actually kind of glad done anyway, because Hogan's a prick. So, and he's the worst professional wrestler I've ever seen. So I'm actually kind of glad that he done that. And then he oversold him, because he knew that Hogan would never give him a rematch. So I'm happy for him for what Shawn Michaels did to Hogan that night.
Mallow says, I would bring him back to get the Shield triple threat main event at WrestleMania. It would sell a lot.
It would.
I don't know what Dean Ambrose's place is in any of it anymore. Or like, I mean, he could come back as Jon Moxley, but WWE wouldn't go for that.
They would maybe let him come back as Jon Moxley, but I think they would try to tell him to dial it down on the extreme stuff. I think they would.
They'd have to. You can't bleed that often on WWE.
You just can't bleed in general, because WWE just don't want to.
You can bleed when it calls for it.
I do say that a lot when it comes to bleeding. When
like
it matters.
Brock Lesnar's hard way. Think of that. I'm praising Brock Lesnar right now.
Shock.
The way that he hard way bust himself open on the turnbuckle. It worked. It added to it. Anyway, speaking of adding to it, can you add to your score and your perfect start? Rey Mysterio versus RVD. This stumped some people.
It did. And it also stumped me as well. But the problem is, though, is...
Good evening, Vincent. Nice to see you.
I was struggling to decide by which run I'm thinking of to go with. Do I go with RVD's first run? Or do I go with RVD's short second run? But I ended up going with the first. And I just think, to be fair, I don't remember what year this was, so I just took a random guess. I just said an episode of SmackDown, but I said 2004. It's wrong, but I genuinely can't remember when this match happened. If it may have happened in the second year, the second run, I would probably have said main event 2013. But I can't remember this one. I can't remember when it happened, but I know it has happened. I haven't watched it in years. So it's over to you.
So again, just double checking here.
But
Yeah.
my official answer is obviously SmackDown 2004, an official episode of SmackDown.
Well, if I told you that you're wrong on both,
Happened in
it might baffle you. This
Did it happen in ECW?
again, not quite. You know when I said when we were going live, there's no S-housery tonight.
Of course.
I may have lied. This match
criminal behavior, but I'll allow it.
was from WWE versus ECW head to head in 2006.
Head to head in 2006. June period.
June.
Was it June? So this was around Vengeance then, around about the Vengeance time, because Cena wrestled Sabu.
Well, what I have here is it was 4 days before ECW One Night Stand, and I saw ECW One Night Stand as a guess.
Not a bad choice. See, I was funnily enough.
It's the go home show to One Night Stand. It was Davian.
Fair play, you mate. Fair play.
But yeah, he didn't say. He said One Night Stand is his answer. But yeah, it was.
Give him. You know what? Give him a point. Give him a point.
Should I give him that?
If he has the year,
I'll go back up.
If he has the year, then give him 1 out of 2.
I'll check it, Davian. You might. Well, if he has the year, he'll get 1 anyway.
Because you said go home show, and you said there's no leeway on that one.
One Night Stand 06.
Give him the year.
He says, I know mine is wrong, but I can't remember what it was called. He's also saying, I want to jump off a cliff.
He does technically get the year for saying 2006, so he is allowed a point. So that's 1 out of 2.
Oh, Davian, man, I really do want to give you 2, because you definitely knew it, just you didn't have the name of a show that I only heard of when I was writing this quiz. So, you know, other matches on that show. Should I run through them? No, I'll save it for future quiz content. That's what the best quiz masters do. Anyway, question number 5. Back to winning ways, hopefully for you all. Bret Hart versus 1-2-3 Kid. When did this happen?
I'm going to say an episode of Monday Night Raw, and it was 1994.
Yep, too good.
I was never going to get this wrong, and the reason I was never going to get this wrong is because Scott Hall as Razor Ramon comes out, and he gets the 1-2-3 chant shout because he tries to interfere. Diesel comes out, and so does Shawn Michaels, because it's build up to King of the Ring.
I see. That's a weird way to remember it.
I was never getting this wrong.
Vince here telling us Roman Reigns defended his title last night against Rey Mysterio in a house show, but Reigns won due to interference.
Yep, Dominic Mysterio came out and got involved.
Oh man, we doing this again?
Come on, think about it. Is Reigns really going to lose to anybody, even on a house show?
I would imagine it happened on a house show.
That would be fucking hilarious.
Oh, it's so funny. Everything they built up, just...
Well, they've done this before. They've had titles change hands on a house show, and then what they do is they just give the title back to the champion and say it doesn't really count.
Didn't they do it to Kane?
They did it to Kane.
Thought they did it to Kane. Anyway, we're on to round 2. What show?
No, hold on. You got your last question.
Oh,
question
sorry. It's because it's a pro wrestling quiz, and the last question isn't pro wrestling.
Neither is a few of Reigns' matches recently.
So Raw 1994 is the answer for Bret Hart versus 1-2-3 Kid. And Reece, what's the answer for Jon Moxley versus Joey Janela?
I chose not to participate in this question because I hate it that much.
Wow, he threw 2 points away. He hated it that much.
Yeah, I hate this match. So on you go.
Davian's like, I got the year. I already got a point. I got the year. See, he's yelling that at you. I know this, Davian. I know. So the show was, and I did see someone say it. AEW Fighter Fest
2020,
2019.
2019.
It was
So
the
I'm
first
taking
year. It was before they had TV.
Yeah, I'm technically taking 1 point for this, by the way, because I did put Fighter Fest, but I threw away the rest of it. 'cause I
Did
was
you
like,
actually? You put so Yeti Boy got it right. Mallow got it right.
I threw
Davian
away.
got it right.
I was
Danny
like,
got it right.
the minute I went for the year, I was like, actually, nah, fuck this question. No offense, but yeah, I'm taking 1 point for that one.
Yeah. So guys, get your score. It was.
That's what you do when you get that much pain from a match you hate.
measured. Real wrestling is on Monday, Tuesday, Friday, and sometimes on Saturdays. Mallow, I couldn't agree more with that. I could not agree more with that statement. NXT's been doing really well recently. Really
It's been
liking it.
okay. It's been okay, unless you're HBK screwing over Cora J because you're a prick.
What about Nathan Fraser? That was great.
No.
Yeah, that was great.
No.
Noam Dar's protected. Nathan Fraser wins a title or a cup.
Aye, but I didn't want him. I didn't want him to win it.
He's good though.
I
Really
know,
good.
but I didn't. I know. I didn't want him to do it. Now NXT's actually been good recently. NXT has been actually quite good.
Anyway,
Right.
if you want to get 8, we have 10 from Davian. I like these quizzes when I know the answers. Yep, fair. Again, guys, get your scores in. Keep track of your own scores as well as we come on to round 2, the Forbidden Door.
So that's 9 out of 12 for me.
Decent. So you're losing to Davian. You're beating Yeti Boy by 1.
I did say I get.
No, you're beating Mallow by 1. Nathan
No,
Fraser's good. I agree, Mallow. I agree.
He's okay. Like he's okay.
Oh,
He's still
he's
got a lot to
good.
do.
Come on.
No,
Downer.
not because you. No, because you slander good wrestlers. So I'm going to do the same.
Despicable. Anyway, round 2 is the Forbidden Door. Some of us are excited for this year's show, but how well do you remember last year's event?
How many questions?
6 questions to do with the Forbidden Door. I only had 3, and in the time of doing that first round, I found another 3. This is what happens. Quizzing on the fly. 1 point per answer right here. And by that, I literally mean 1 point per answer. You're right or you're wrong. So, question number 1, and don't worry, this isn't real wrestling, so we know this, but Forbidden Door's coming up. I like to keep the theme closely tied in. Anyway, question 1, your favourite wrestler, and mine, Will Ospreay, was subject to the pocket prick last year. But what was the match contested for? Will Ospreay was subject to the pocket prick Orange Cassidy last year at Forbidden Door. But what was the match contested for?
He's had a better title run than Roman Reigns.
Stop it.
Nope, I will not. I will not. I will not.
Stop it. Get some help.
The only title run that's better than Orange Cassidy's is Gunther. Because he actually knows what a champion's all about. He actually defends his title properly. And Okada's last title reign as well was better.
Just ooh. I just ooh all over this. And the fact you're not even bringing Wesley up, which absolutely sucks.
Why should I?
Wesley's had an incredible reign.
I'm not interested. No, it's a
All
good title reign, but it's not better than Orange Cassidy.
I'll tell him to put some jeans on and put his hands in his pockets then.
No, just tell him to mix up a bit.
And remember, you're either right or you're wrong. Who competed in the Fatal 4-Way match to crown the first ever All-Atlantic champion?
First All-Atlantic champion. Yep. So you want 4 names for this to get a
point? I
want
all 4 names, and you need to get them all, get a point. You're getting screwed by Tony Khan's questions.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Let's see what's happening in the comments. I will fight for my AEW, but I'm not trying to do all that. Davian.
Gross
Wow.
and balls.
Wow. Quite the answer. Question. Oh, are you ready? Are you still mulling it over?
No, I'm good.
You good? Okay, cool.
Yep.
Question 3, people. Who was John Moxley's manager in the main event? I am amused by what Vincent said there. Could you imagine a couple of weeks of Roman hiring the APA? Imagine JBL cowboy hat, and he's got the Hawaiian lei on him as well.
I would stop watching.
Okay.
I would, because that'd be a disgrace.
Question number 4. The team of Darby Allin, Sting, and Shingo Takagi was known as what? The team of Darby Allin, Sting, and Shingo Takagi were known as what? I would start watching Give Me Farouk. Hey, Farouk would probably be more exciting than Solo. Anyway, on to question 5. We're racing through this round. AEW not hanging around, which is ironic because that's exactly what all the pay-per-views do. Who was ZSJ originally scheduled to face at last year's event? Obviously, we know what happened. We know who he faced. Who was he originally scheduled to face? Okay. We good? We bad? You're definitely ugly. just, just too easy sometimes, people. It's just too easy. Davian, wow, I'm an AEW nerd. I see it now. That's okay. It's going to help you beat Reece. And question 6, the final question for the Forbidden Door. Which duo did Swerve and Our Glory defeat? And yes, I want their names, not the team name. I want the 2 wrestlers' names. In terms of, I like to see things like the Nando's Spice Chart. This is certainly an extra hot question in terms of its difficulty. The names of the individuals in the duo that Swerve and Our Glory defeated. All I'll say is, if you get that one and you're not using the internet, just unbelievable. Well, not the internet, Google. You're using the internet if you're listening to me right now. But if you get this one without Google, very impressive.
True. I'll be back in 2 seconds because I've drunk too much Pepsi. I'll be 2 seconds.
Oh, he's going for a pit stop.
Yep, I need a pit stop. I'll be 2 seconds.
Oh, good. So, what do you guys want to talk about? Let's see, anything in the comments? Yeah, and I know people. How are we feeling about Forbidden Door? Coming up this week, just while Reece is away on his unprofessional break. How are we feeling about Forbidden Door? We excited? We not? Very good answer there from Davian. So, people, you still have time to get your answers in for round 2. Here were the questions. Question 1: what was the match between Will Ospreay and Orange Cassidy contested for? Question 2: who competed in the Fatal 4-Way match to crown the first ever All Atlantic champion? Question 3: who was John Moxley's manager in the main event? Question 4: Darby Allin, Sting, and Shingo Takagi was known as what as a 3-man team? 5: who was ZSJ originally scheduled to face? And 6: which duo did Swerve in Our Glory defeat? And I want the wrestlers' names, not the team name. What are we thinking about that? Aubrey Edwards and Karen Jarrett. Not sure. I'm that keen to see a referee have a wrestling match, if I'm honest. The 2 biggest matches seem great. It depends. So, in terms of biggest matches, I'm assuming you mean Osprey, Omega, and Danielson, Okada. Because that's kind of how I feel as well. You've got here he is. You've got
all been relieved. All been relieved.
Yeah, so we've got here. I laughed, but it was yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I tuned in for that, if I'm honest. I don't see why. They're probably both better than Orange Cassidy. Let's be real. But
for what?
Oh, there's a comment that says Aubrey Edwards and Karen Jarrett.
Oh, yeah, that was on Rampage. It was Mark Briscoe, Papa Briscoe, and Aubrey Edwards versus Karen Jarrett, Jeff Jarrett, and Jay Lethal, I think it was.
Why did this happen?
Long story.
No, I saw why, but you know why. Why's that been booked? And how many have you got correct? Let's find out. Let's find out for everyone. Question
That's up to you.
number 1. Okay, I'm giving you 0. No, it's question 1. Will Ospreay versus Orange Cassidy. What was it contested for?
The title that he would eventually go on to lose, IWGP US title.
Correct.
Yep.
So we had a few people get that one right.
To be fair, it was not the match. Even though it was a decent match, it wasn't the match I actually wanted. Funnily enough, it's no disrespect to Orange Cassidy, by the way. It's not. It's just not the match that I wanted. I wanted somebody else to go up against Ospreay at the time. But
yeah, I wanted a wrestler to face Ospreay. Question 2. Who competed in the Fatal 4-Way match to crown the first ever All Atlantic champion? Remember, 4 names gets you 1 point.
So I had Pac, who won it, Clark Connors, Miro, and Malachi Black.
He's showing his stuff tonight. That is correct. Miro, Pac, Clark Connors, and Malachi Black is your answer to question 2. You get 1 point.
Mm-hmm.
Question 3. Who was John Moxley's manager in the main event?
William Regal.
It's mad how quickly the world moves. It was William Regal.
Blackpool Combat Club is obviously coming into fruition at the time.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, so like.
It was certainly better with Regal still around.
It's not
Now
so
that
much. It's different now that it's just 4 wrestlers without a mouthpiece. But personally, I would have liked to have still had a mouthpiece involved. It looks like it's going to be Don Callis now, but
it's all right. Both
I don't
John
have an issue.
Moxley and Danielson fancy themselves as elite mouthpieces, anyways. That's fine. I mean,
Danielson does
I
more of the
class
talking.
Moxley as more of a world class bell piece, but
To be fair, Danielson does more of the actual conversation, like in terms of like promos or segments. He does most of it. Moxley does the odd segment.
yeah, and
He's
that's why they're
mostly just in
so
the ring.
bad because you can hear that Daniel Bryan shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work. Anyway, speaking of not working, no, I'm kidding. I like this. Question 4: Darby Allin, Sting, and Shingo Takagi were known as what?
Now, I had to really think back on this one because there was a few names that were going through my head, but the one I settled with is dudes with attitudes.
Mallow's here with a good question. Who is Clark Connors? He was the New Japan Strong
Champion,
tournament winner.
Yeah, he was really good. He still is actually
They
really good, to be
contested
fair.
3 of the spots on AEW, and then one of them was contested on New Japan Strong.
Yeah, I do like Clark Connors. I haven't watched him wrestle in a little while, though, but I do like.
Clark Connors wasn't meant to be in it initially, was he? It was meant to be Ishii.
He was a stand-in, yeah.
Yeah,
He was
it
a
was actually
stand-in.
meant to be Ishii. I've just remembered that. As Clark
Which is a
Connors
shame,
filled
really.
in for Ishii.
It's a shame, really, because like she's obviously extremely talented. Clark Connors, I've got nothing against him, but I think at this point he was still coming into his own. He's better now, obviously in the space of a year. But obviously I haven't watched a lot of him since because I've obviously I've seen other things. But the last time I did watch him, I had no faults. I think he's a good worker. I think he's a good worker.
Yeah, Davian saying there someone got injured. Yeah, it was Ishii. It was meant to be.
It was a shame, really, because Ishii was just.
And you're right, because it is dudes with attitudes for question 4.
Yeah, it was one of a few that were in my back of my head that I was thinking of, and I was like, "That's like." Well, I had like 2 or 3 coming in my head, obviously.
What,
but
like NWO,
no,
Ministry of Darkness?
no, not stable names. Behave. But yeah, that's what I had. But the next one actually I had to the next one caught me off guard more than all of them. The fuck off! This isn't the rape. This is the Raven effect.
Question 5: Who was ZSJ originally scheduled to face? So we know that Castagnoli filled in. But who was it for?
I couldn't remember because obviously Adam Cole I had.
Did you?
I had Adam Cole, but I was stuck between Adam Cole and CM Punk.
It was neither.
Please tell me it's not fucking Kenny Omega.
It was Bryan Danielson.
Why did I score him out?
And Bryan Danielson got concussed at Double or Nothing.
I had him first and scored out because I couldn't remember.
And he couldn't compete.
I couldn't remember. Yeah, I couldn't remember, but I actually had Danielson first.
Damien's like, what?
I know. My mind played tricks on me on this question, to be fair, so I blame my
I'm
mind.
surprised you didn't get it. I'd be even more surprised if anyone got question 6.
I got this one. Easy.
Did you? What were the names of the duo that Swerve in Our Glory defeated?
El Desperado and El Fantasmo.
Wrong.
Oh, it wasn't.
Wrong.
No, it wasn't.
Don't know what I've got here, mate. Wrong.
Go on. Who have you got? Because if you say Kel Fletcher, you're wrong.
No. I've taken this directly off the Wikipedia, so do not shoot messenger here. It was El Desperado and Yoshinobu Kanemaru.
Phantasmo, was he? He was ringside. Never mind.
He was also Ishimori's tag partner. In a different stable.
Just remembering, yeah. Desperado.
When you said El Fantasma, I was like, well, he's in a different stable. So the stable was Suzuki Gun.
Aye, which is an elite team.
But that's why I wouldn't accept it, because Japanese stables have like 19, 20, 23 names each.
Like Chaos has like 26 members.
Yeah, so if you threw Chaos, Bullet Club, or Suzuki Gun at it, you had a 1 in 3 chance. So that's why I wanted the names.
Yeah, I do
Um,
appreciate you going for it. You know
It
what?
was fairly impossible, but think about it, guys. You only all drop 1 mark, so it's not disastrous.
Yeah, true. Not too
And
bad.
don't worry, the next round is fun. Knowing my AEW knowledge, I'm proud. Let's go. Yeah, Mallow with 3. Who was the second man? Davian. It was Yoshinobu Kanemaru
I haven't watched Kanemaru
with El
wrestle in some
Desperado.
time. Anyway,
Kanemaru's that guy. Like, he's one of those guys that's always in the multi-man at Wrestle Kingdom, or he's always in the Battle Royal at Wrestle Kingdom.
which is not fair to him. Let's be real.
He's better than Yano. Yeah, I agree.
I want to see. I haven't seen him wrestle a single in quite some time though. That says it all.
Yeah, so those two were defeated by Swerve and Our Glory. How many did you get in that round then, dude? Was it 4?
4.
4 in that
Not,
round. Mallow
to be
got
fair,
3, which is pretty good.
remembering most of Forbidden Door. The fact I remember some of that, I'll take it.
Davian, did you get 5?
I'm assuming so.
I think Davian got 5. His guess did make me laugh. It was El Desperado and Desperado L.
Desperado L. Love it.
It's almost got me checking if Yoshinobu Kanemaru had a gimmick where he was
True.
just the reverse.
What's your third round and how many is it out of?
My third round is a nightmare. It's out of 32.
So let me get this straight. I got slaughtered on our last quiz for having a high quiz number of points, but I bet you this one's going to get celebrated.
It will, because I've written it and I'm the best. You just know this. It's because round 3 is called Grab the Case. I'm going to give you a year. I'm going to specify a match. In places, I'm even going to specify a show. It's going to be a ladder match or a ladder match type ordeal.
Oh.
And you will name me every competitor of that match. You get 1 point per competitor.
How many questions? I'm assuming there's at least 4 worth 8 marks.
There's 4 questions.
Yep, 8 points.
I will tell you what each match is out of.
That's interesting. So that's called Grab the Case.
Grab the Case. Round 3, a Money in the Bank themed round, but also dancing around other places.
I quite like that. That's actually kind of cool. So you get a point.
And Mallow just like, oh, for sake.
Just remember, I made them on the last quiz name every single participant of the Money in the Bank that won it. So men and women. That was cruel. But
you made them name every winner. No, it's not that cruel, guys. This is way worse. Because question number 1.
Yep.
I want the original field of the 2019 men's Money in the Bank match. There are 8 names.
2019? That's disgusting.
The 2019 men's Money in the Bank match. 8 names. And I'm not going to hang around on this one. You get a minute to a minute and a half, people, and I will move on. You got to know it or you don't. We're not sitting around for 5 minutes mulling it over. I mean the announced names. Davian has clicked. He is picking up what I'm putting down.
Yeah.
Good lad. Davian's proving a worthy opponent here. As is Mallow, actually. He's not far behind you at all. Yeah. Oh, for this one, guys, if you're going to put a comment, just name the whole field in the one comment. Otherwise, I'm going to have to jump between them.
Do as a full. That's the best way to do it.
Yeah. So Mallow, I know you've started there, bud, but if you could just put all 8 of the names in the comments, you've got until you got another 30 seconds.
Aye. To be fair, you've got the timer in the top left corner, don't you? How long?
Yeah. I'm gonna ask question 2 at 1 hour and 5. So 20 seconds to go, people. And again, that is the men's 2019 Money in the Bank match, the original field. Davian has picked up what I put down there. Good stuff. I'm also excited because there is a question in here that I think is going to be right up your street.
All right. I had to
Okay.
seriously go back and try and remember that one, so I'll be
That's
surprised if I think
fine.
of
I
a
gave
few.
you 30 seconds extra, but I was also watching in the chat. So we're going through answer by answer, people, and you just sort of track how many you get. This is why we're not scoring this round at the end of the round.
I'll let you name them off, and I'll tell you how
We're
many I
going
get.
question by question. So the people you need to have are Ali,
Yep.
Andrade,
Yep.
Baron Corbin,
Yep.
Drew McIntyre,
Yep.
Finn Balor,
Yep.
Randy Orton,
Mm-hmm.
Ricochet,
Yep.
and Sami Zayn.
Yeah, I'm good.
Did you get all 8?
I got 7.
You got 7. Who'd you not get?
The only one I didn't get was Andrade.
Ah, okay.
I had somebody else, but you know what? I'll take 7. 'cause
Davian has
that was
also got 7.
that was hard.
Mallow
That is hard to
has
remember.
6. Mallow got 6 on that one.
Yep.
Um,
It's not
sorry,
so
no,
bad.
5.
I'll
So
take.
you
I'll
get
take
5, sorry,
7.
Mallow. So Brock did win it, but I said original field, not one of the
Yeah.
worst moments. It lives rent free for all of the wrong reasons.
Completely buried Ali as well in that moment. Completely buried him.
Just
It was
disgusting.
funny though. It was funny, but he buried him.
Disgusting. Just grab the bleeding thing.
Yeah, he should have done. He
Anyways,
was up. He was up there longer than like.
he had
He was up there
20,
longer than
30
anyone.
seconds. Like, just, I've got the case. Even if you push me off the ladder, I've got the case.
I don't know why you'd wait that long to grab it.
So stupid. So stupid. Vince McMahon, just get lost.
I
And
know.
take your bear with you.
He fumbled that one massively.
Oh.
I don't know why he done
But
that.
anyway, speaking of fumbled, question 2.
Yep.
Is the women's 2020 Money in the Bank match the race up Titan Towers?
Ugh, what a waste of time. The worst fucking match of all time.
Davian's saying he missed Drew for 2019. Fair enough.
Shout out to Sharv if you're watching, because your favourite wrestler was in this match.
Davian, I haven't seen this since 2020. To be fair, I haven't gone back and watched it.
I refuse to watch this pay-per-view again.
I did watch the match twice, but both in that year.
I watched it once. I will never watch it again.
I've never laughed so hard at a wrestling match. And I get it.
This entire pay-per-view should be removed from existence.
When you think about it, Brock saying get a life kit to Ali is long-term storytelling.
True.
Yeah, no, people think like, oh, you can't find any fun in right. You're not allowed. Nothing's allowed to be funny. I thought the race up Titan Towers was hilarious.
I thought it was a waste of time.
It was, but it was a pandemic. We all just wanted to laugh.
If I wanted to laugh, I'd watch Jackass.
AEW was still running shows, mate.
And they were actually not too bad at the time.
Yeah.
They were not too
They were
bad.
okay. They were okay. I could have done without you know, I think both companies were guilty of it. The empty arena match.
Aye. Yeah.
Could have done without, like, I remember seeing Hager and someone brawling around an empty arena, and you're like, this is just weird. I enjoyed Money in the Bank. Yeah, Mallow. I enjoyed it too.
Anyone that enjoyed this must have been on like cocaine or something at the time. Because no one in their right mind enjoys this live. No one.
I was ready to, bestow upon Mallow a 6 out of 6, but it isn't quite there. It's a good score though.
Yep.
So, just double checking here. Here we go. Reece, the 6 names you should have
Go on.
are the winner, Asuka,
Yep.
Carmella,
Yeah.
Dana Brooke,
Unfortunately.
Lacey Evans,
Oh, yes.
Nia Jax,
Yep. Shout out to Shar's favourite.
and Shayna Baszler.
Yep. 6 out of 6.
Was that 6 out of 6? Was it?
Yeah. 6 out of 6. I told you I hate this match, but I'm never
Yeah.
going to get it wrong.
I've not seen a 6 out of 6.
Dana Brooke is terrible. Lacey Evans is a prick. Nia Jax is woeful. Shayna Baszler is awesome. Asuka is immense. And Carmella's Carmella.
Davian and Mallow have 4. Oh, Mallow's got 5 apparently. Hang on.
Double check.
No, I think it's 4 because there's no Natalia, there's no Liv.
Yep. Yeah, they were not involved.
So you've got Asuka, Lacey, Shayna, and Mallow, mates. That's 4.
Yep,
Mallow. That's tricky to say.
They were not involved. They were not involved.
Yeah.
Nowhere near.
So 4 out of 6 for Mallow, 4 out of 6 for Davian, 3 out of 6 for Yeti Boy. See Carmella, Asuka, and Jax. Ronda, Natalia, and Liv.
So I'm just under half your total marks on this one so far. I'm on 13. I'll take that. That's not so bad.
It's all good, Mallow, mate. We all make those counting mistakes. I make mistakes, and I'm writing the questions, so we're all good here. Question number 3. This one will be fun.
It better be a good one. It better
be. This one's when we were all enjoying it. 2007. It's a Money in the Bank match, 2007.
Oh, yeah, never mind. I know which one because it's actually a decent one. The winner because it's funny.
It's like, I don't think I have to elaborate. They're not even doing 2 a year at that point.
Yep. This guy done one of the best spots in the match. This guy made him do it.
So people, 2007 Money in the Bank ladder match. I believe, were we still at, was this still in the WrestleMania era?
Yes, it was probably one of the better ones, to be fair.
I remember enjoying it.
Yep, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think this was 8 men.
I've got 8 men, sorry, I was meant to say, yep. 8 men for this one, people.
Yep, thought so. Because I've got that.
I have to say, interesting field for a ladder match.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm just one away. Just need to remember the last one. Who was the last guy?
You've saved me by saying that. You're giving answers away.
I'm not giving answers away. There we go.
You're helping Davian, apparently.
I'm not helping anybody. There we go. 8.
I know what question's next, so I'm smiling about it, but no, got to get through this one. The 8 names you should have, people. In fact, I'll give you at 114. Daz is asking when's the card announced for Forbidden Door. They're slowly announcing it, Daz.
They've already announced 4 matches.
Yeah, we should have the last 2 matches this week, and you'd hope so because the show is
2 or 3. I think it'll be 7. I think it'll be 6 or 7 matches.
6 days away. So
yeah, I think it'll be 6 or 7.
Knowing Tony Khan, we'll get a battle royal and 4 matches announced this week.
I don't think they'll go and do a massive card on this one. I don't think they will. I think it'll be 6 or 7 matches, maybe 8 at a max. I don't think it'll be any more than that.
But 8 AEW matches is like 16 WWE matches. It's just as exhausting.
I'd rather 8 matches than 16, though.
I don't know, they're about the same. Like, 16 match WrestleMania, but sometimes you get a 4-minute squash in it. You're like, oh, okay, yeah, that was good. That was a nice, refreshing.
Depends on who's involved. Anyway, you're up.
I'm up, yes. I've waffled for long enough. The 8 you should have. Mr. Kennedy,
The winner.
CM Punk,
His first Money in the Bank.
Edge,
Yep. Spear through the ladder.
Finlay,
Yep.
Jeff Hardy,
The best spot in the match.
King Booker,
Yep.
Matt Hardy,
Made him do it.
and Randy Orton.
Yep. 8 out of 8.
8 out of 8.
Yep.
Reece, remind the good people. So let's see what we've got. Garcia versus Shibata and Cassidy ZSJ will probably get added.
We have so it's Osprey versus Omega title rematch. It's MGF versus Tanahashi. Depending on MGF turns up. Okada versus Bryan Danielson, and the other match is who's the other one that was added?
Tanahashi versus MJF.
Jungle Boy versus
Jungle Boy
Sanada.
versus Sanada. Yeah,
that's it. That's all that's been announced.
We've got that comment in the chat as well. So thank you, Yeti Boy, for putting that in there. We also, ZSJ is going against Cassidy, which is obviously incredible. Bruce, remind the good people at home, what is your favourite wrestling promotion
All time?
right now?
Honestly, my favourite
Say it.
is New Japan.
Oh,
I enjoy Impact more.
do the bit. Say the thing.
I enjoy Impact.
Be one of the four.
Ones. For what?
One of the four.
One of the four for what? What are you talking about?
One of the four Impact fans.
Go and check the ratings before you give me that ridiculous
Four
comment again.
Horsemen, four Impact fans. Is Sting having a match, do you think, with Darby?
No.
Davian's like, just say Impact.
I love Impact.
Impact. Like, what the...
I love Impact, but
so,
I'm sick of the slander.
I added this for fun, and also to see if Reece can do it. There's 10 names. I'm just going to double check that counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10. 10 names.
I know exactly what you're going to do.
Guess the match then.
It's either... Actually, it's not this one. It's not Ultimate X. So I know for a fact you've chosen an... It's not. No way you've picked an Ultimate X. There's no way you've picked an Ultimate X, because I was
Ultimate
expecting...
X match 2007.
Deal. They're actually... Hold on a minute. Ultimate X 2007?
Mm-hmm.
X Division title.
Go for it. Ultimate X match, Victory Road, 2007.
For the X Division title. Okay.
Not information I currently have to hand. I will. And yes, people, you're annoyed at me in the comments, but
I don't care.
I thought this was funny. All this stuff about wrestling, and then you throw Impact in. Unbelievable.
Because it's wrestling, and if anybody doesn't like it, you can shove up your arse. I won't have Impact slander anywhere.
So they'd be like, "Hey, this isn't a briefcase match." You're right, it's not. It's just very funny. So I'm looking for the 10 names in the Victory Road 2007 Ultimate X Gauntlet match.
Yeah.
Some of these names are just rubbish.
I was wrestling at the time. Just remember that. That was actually the time when Impact was better than WWE.
Yeah. Oh, and it's possible that someone's going to name someone by a different name. I'll allow it. Okay.
I won't.
If you give people by different names because they moved on to bigger and better things or smaller and worse things, though it was Impact, so unlikely, I will give it.
TNA was better than WWE between 2007 and 2009, and nobody can argue that.
That's
No one can.
fantastic from Davian.
No one can argue this.
Davian, that's absolutely fantastic, mate. You've got competition here, Reece.
Good. That's what I want to hear.
Zoe Stark competition here. The rest of this card is just awful. Why were we enjoying this? Why was anyone enjoying this?
Because I told you it was a better production than WWE at the time.
But this is horrid. I'm not going to name the
not.
matches yet because it'll give away people who aren't in it.
It was a genuinely good pay-per-view. That's the difference.
Yikes. Okay, I'm gonna have to put people out of misery soon, so I'll stop at 122 and we'll go through this one. Oh wow!
You can go.
Okay,
go and name your 10, and I'll, like I said, I'll be honest.
Yeah, here we go. We have Christopher Daniels.
Bang on.
I will also accept Curryman.
Correct. He was a different guy.
No, he wasn't.
Curryman wasn't Christopher Daniels.
Was it not?
No.
Who was it then?
Curryman was literally just someone else. I don't know who was under the mask, but it wasn't
You've
Daniels.
done this to me before, and I've not accepted it.
Daniels was Suicide. He was Suicide, not Curryman.
When I Google Curryman, Christopher Daniels comes up. Shut your face. You've done it to me before. This is why I don't do this rinky-dink company.
But he actually was.
Company.
He was. I'm joking. He was. But he was also Suicide for a period of time as well.
Absolute pissant company. Anyway,
I'm telling
you,
stop slandering them.
You've annoyed me now.
Good. Stop slandering them.
You've annoyed me now.
Stop slandering them.
Jay Lethal.
Yep.
Puma, but I will also accept TJP.
Yeah. He was actually not so bad at that point.
He's never been bad.
But at this point, as well was quite questionable because he was quite unknown. He was unknown as well, so people were questioning whether he was actually going to be good to the match, but he was actually really impressive.
Daniels was Curryman, Kazarian was Suicide. Yeah, Davian, even I know that.
Correction here on this one. Suicide, Kazarian was first. He was first, and then he was told that he could change his gear and he can go back to being Frankie Kazarian. Christopher Daniels lost the what was the stipulation of the match called?
No one cares. Next is Homicide.
Yeah, he was lethal back then. Homicide, generally good. But Daniels was the second Suicide.
Sonjay Dutt is in the guy with the pencil on AEW.
Yeah.
Okay, Sonjay Dutt's here, people.
He was actually quality, feuding with Jay Lethal as well.
As is P.T. Williams.
Yep.
And Shark Boy.
Yep.
This company sucks. Absolute.
No, it doesn't. Stop with the slander.
Eilidhs Skipper.
Yep.
Kazarian.
Yep, because a year later he becomes Suicide, and then a year later Daniels would become Suicide.
Well, it's just like he's built
Feast or Fired.
Kaz, and I knew Kaz as Frankie Kazarian, but that doesn't mean Impact knew him as that. Hulk Hogan could have been Kaz for how much this company makes sense. And Senshi is the last one.
Low-key, if anyone doesn't remember. Low-key.
Oh yeah, okay. We'll accept low-key as well.
Very good reign is.
I'll even accept Caval. You know, if you only know him from WWE, I'll accept Caval.
No, Caval will not be accepted.
Oh no, it's the same guy.
No.
6 out of 10, Mallow. That is an effort.
He was never called that in WWE, so I am not allowing. Sorry, he was never called that in Impact or TNA, so I am not allowing it. I am not
Davian
allowing
got
Caval.
7. Are you telling me you got 10?
I got 9.
9. Who did you not get?
The one I completely forgot about was the one. No, it was a big guy from Rock and Roll Express. That's how I couldn't remember. Felix Skipper. I couldn't remember about Felix Skipper as well. Luckily, I had the rest of them, but yeah, he's the only one who caught me off because I completely forgot about him. Because this is where, funnily enough, because there's an Ultimate X match, funnily enough, a year before that, and all 3 of them reformed Triple X.
Sure.
No, it was actually really
sounds
good.
like a hoot.
Well, if you'd actually watched,
it's so funny. Like James Storm defeated Rhino. Motor City Machine Guns managed by Kevin Nash for some reason.
That's because he started the tag team. It was Kevin Nash that started it.
Defeated Jerry Lynn and Bob Backlund.
Yep.
It's terrible.
Well, no, it was actually a good match.
I mean, Christian versus Chris Harris sounds good.
That was a very good match.
Sting and Abyss defeated AJ Styles and Tom Cole.
Yep.
And then the main event sounds pretty good. Kurt Angle and Samoa Joe versus Team 3D.
It was the match of champions. Samoa Joe got the pin, and Samoa Joe won He was already X Division champion, but he won the tag titles. He became a solo tag champion, and then obviously he lost.
I was expecting you to say he became world champion by winning that match because he got the pin. He takes Kurt Angle's title.
No.
It's TNA. We can't.
That was only if Devon or Brother Ray got the pin. Either of them would be X Division champion or IWGP champion, and TNA world champion. Angle was the world champions of both promotions. Joe won the tag titles, and he retained his X Division title, and then he lost the following month. He lost all the titles to Kurt Angle, the belt collector, the original belt collector.
Davian has mentioned this. This is the pay-per-view with all the titles in one match at the end. Yep, that appears to be the case.
It is. Yep.
Right.
It is.
So, people, that is the end of Grab the Case, even though grabbing the case isn't at all what you do in the Ultimate X Gauntlet match. But
if I'm just double checking my scores here, so 7, 6, 13, 21. I got 30. Out of your entire round, I got 30.
30 out of 32. So you dropped
2 points, yeah.
You forgot Andrade and Elix Skipper, who I hadn't even heard of.
Yep. So 30 out of 32. I'll take that.
Absolute nerd. But it puts you in good stead for the final round. General knowledge.
How many questions, points?
This is where your catch-up mechanics come in, people.
This is your final round, isn't it?
8 questions. This is the final round. There are 8 questions here, but each question is going to be worth 3 points. And that's because there's 8.
So it's 24 points.
Yeah, because I want there to be a catch-up mechanic involved here. If you don't know something, someone else does. They could shoot past you.
We'll find out.
So Mallow got 22. Good effort. Davian got 26. Good effort. I think you're still... Reece, you may have just gone ahead of Davian. Mallow, you're still in the picture, mate. If this round goes your way, could happen. Could absolutely happen.
Yep. 2 seconds. Right, since we're in between rounds, I'm going to take one last break, and I'm going to put some of these sweets in my mouth because I've not eaten in a couple hours. So
graceful.
I know, but I have to.
Just
2 seconds.
So
you talk to our audience.
I will entertain. I'll entertain the crowd. I would do the Cody line again, people, but you're all here already. What's everyone's favorite TNA match if they care? I liked TNA, but I don't like Impact now. I've tried watching it. A couple of the shows have been better than what AEW's put up, but it's just not very good. It's just, the production just like when you watch Impact, you see how far production goes. Styles versus Joe versus Daniels. Yeah, all right. I mean, I will accept other answers. Of course, Angle versus Styles is there. All sorts of fun stuff back when they had main event talent, but that's not the case. So, people, just to reiterate what round 4 is about, it's just general wrestling knowledge. But every answer is going to be worth 3 points. And there may be something extra. Just maybe. We'll find out. So 3 points for each of the answers coming up. I don't know, whenever I think of TNA, I think of the all the stories I've heard about Vince Russo. And then of course you hear about Vince Russo and how he ran WCW, and yeah, to be honest, the two become like inseparable. You think TNA, oh, Vince Russo's there, and it's ruined, and it's fallen off a cliff. Speaking of falling off a cliff, we really want Reece to fall off this cliff. I will try to push him, but guys, you've got to get the answer. You've got to get those answers right. You've got to push Reece off this cliff. Any one of you could still win this. Oh, hey, he's back.
If no one mentions Styles versus Daniels versus Samoa Joe triple threat match at Unbreakable, then I will no longer respect them.
That's the one Davian actually brought up.
It's one of the best. It's the best triple threat match of all time.
Yeah. And I respect Mallow as
matches.
well, because he chose not to comment, which means we think the same. Impact isn't worth talking about.
No, it's because you know nothing.
So there could be a final twist in round 4. We'll
find
see
out.
How it's going.
24, 8 questions, 3 points apiece, you said.
Yeah, but there could also be something else involved. There might be, and there might not be. I don't want your respect, says Davian. Okay. Question 1. The librarian, Leva Bates, was known as what in WWE? The librarian, Leva Bates, was known as what in WWE? 3 points per answer here, people. Davian and Mallow have their answers.
Lovely.
Oh, have you been bamboozled?
No.
No, he's not been
not bamboozled, but very, very surprised. Very surprised.
Okay. Well, will you be surprised by question number 2?
We'll find out. On you go.
Which current SmackDown star has a record of 2-0, but has only competed in tag matches, despite being in the company for several years? It's a tough round, isn't it?
So they've got a record in 2-0.
Yeah. Current SmackDown star has a record of 2-0, only competing in tag matches, but has been in the company for several years.
Nice.
Waiting for anyone to pop an answer into this one. So which current SmackDown star has a record of 2-0 and has only competed in tag matches despite being in the company for several years?
Yep. It's a good one. It's a good one.
You there arrogantly. That's a good one. I don't need your praise.
That's not arrogant. That's not arrogant. That's just straight up. That's good. Next one.
Sonya Deville, Paige, and whom completed Absolution?
Long may she reign.
Sonya Deville, Paige, and blank were Absolution. Who's the blank?
This could have been so much better as well. What a name to be flung back in your head after what happened.
Question number 4. Who successfully defended the IWGP Heavyweight title at last year's Forbidden Door?
Yeah. Lovely.
Who successfully defended the IWGP Heavyweight title at last year's Forbidden Door? See, you thought I was off the Forbidden Door, but we're back through it.
Nah. But
These questions.
I am glad you asked a question involving this man, because I don't think anybody on planet Earth hates this man when it comes to wrestling. And if there is, I'd be quite surprised.
It's not too bland to hate.
I think he's just too good.
He is, but he's also.
I get your point
Zeus
about
is more
calling.
interesting than him.
I get your point of saying he can be a bit bland, but I think when it comes to his just in general ring work, some of his feuds in recent years has been absolutely brilliant. He could do a bit more though. I think that's a fair comment to make. He can do a little bit more, but in terms of
Question
in ring
5.
work,
Are you ready for a tough one? I have a tough one. Who won the Progress World title and would go on to become a Progress Unified Champion after Eddie Dennis vacated the belt due to injury? Yeah, there's a progress question in here, people. A progress question. Damien, that's a 2-0 record. Oh my days. That's fantastic. So question 5 again, people. Who won the Progress World title and would go on to become a Progress Unified Champion after Eddie Dennis vacated the belt due to injury?
good question. Good question, that one.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one. Is this a tough one? Question 6. What was Eva Marie's nickname in WWE the first time around?
Complete, utter clown. It's just the truth.
Oh, I am impressed, live chat. I am impressed. So I want to know, for question 6, Eva Marie's nickname in WWE the first time.
She's got absolutely zero talent as well.
Oh, well, question 7. Controversially for some, what's the name of Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi's tag team?
Oh, yes. One of my favourite tag teams as well in New Japan.
That's gross.
Oh, it's a brilliant tag team.
Controversially for some, what is the name of Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi's tag team?
It's only controversial considering what the gimmick was, but it's still a great tag team.
And I noticed no answers in the live chat for question 6, so I'll ask it again. What was Eva Marie's nickname in WWE the first time around? I want to see if anyone. Go on, people.
Yeah.
There we go. We have an answer. I wondered if people maybe didn't hear it, but there we go. And question 8 and final. Which independent wrestler goes by the nickname of the Darewolf? It's all right, Davian, mate. You've got a guess in there. That's fine. So question 8, which independent wrestler goes by the nickname of the Darewolf? He is just fantastic. Okay. We are about to go through the answers. So remember, people, 3 points each. And Davian's managed to get an answer in for 8. Did you get an answer in for 8? I'll find out, but did you get one down?
Yeah, I've got one.
This is going to be interesting. Okay,
On you.
round 4. Question 1, the 4th and final round. The librarian Leva Bates was known as what in WWE? Reese.
Oh, you're actually asking me.
Yeah.
Didn't bother.
You didn't bother.
Can't remember.
It was Blue Pants.
See, that's why
So
I'm glad that's not in my memory.
Davian, Mallow, and Yeti Boy all got those 3 points. This is what I mean. Catch-up mechanics. They're in here.
I'm glad it's not in my memory. I'm saying that in the confidence of it. I'm so glad it's not in my memory because that is
Question 2,
that's
another
as bad as Blue Me.
battler.
Yeah.
Which current SmackDown star has a record of 2-0 and has only competed in tag matches?
2-0 only in tag matches.
Who did you put? You can't be thinking about it now.
Don't need to change it, but you know what's crazy is when you look at who's been in tag matches. I was thinking, are you thinking men? Are you thinking women? You didn't specifically say, which made it even more interesting.
Who did you go
So
for?
I went for Aaliyah because I couldn't remember.
It was
Couldn't
Scarlett
remember.
Bordeaux.
She's been in 2 tag matches.
Yeah.
When was the first one?
They
Okay.
had a mixed tag match against Emma and Madcap.
That was a match.
Yes.
To be
Believe me,
fair,
I looked this up to make sure it was true.
I only remember the one, and that
Yeah,
was
and
the
it
one
happened like
the other night.
last week, didn't it?
Yeah, but I don't remember. I didn't remember them going up against Madcap Moss. So I was like,
Yeah,
I remember
Madcap and
him
Emma.
getting killed by Cross in a single, but I don't remember the mixed tag.
Yeah, it was the match on SmackDown. Davian offer. Yeah, but is that the commentator or that NFL player? I understand you mean Pat McAfee, but Madcap Moss technically would count as former NFL, so you know.
He counts as worthless as well. I don't know why people
Wow.
rate.
Okay.
I don't know why anyone that rates him doesn't belong as a wrestling fan.
Well, question 3, you sourpuss. What? Sorry, Sonya Deville, Paige, and completed Absolution.
Mandy Rose.
It was Mandy Rose. Absolution. What a thing that was. Don't worry, everyone in the live chat got that right. Mallow, Davian, and Yeti Boy, all there with that answer. Mallow was fucking hell about the Scarlet Bordeaux.
Yeah. My throat is killing me, so I'll let you fire through all of these.
So good. Question 4. Who successfully defended the IWGP Heavyweight title at last year's Forbidden Door?
Jay White.
Jay White is correct. Question 5. Who won the Progress World title and would go on to become a Progress Unified Champion after Eddie Dennis vacated the belt due to injury?
I was wondering if it worked in the period of time, but I said Drew Galloway, but I was thinking Will Ospreay was involved as well at the time. So
It's neither of them.
It wasn't Gunter, was it? Well, Walter. It wasn't him, was it?
It's not him. It's Cara Noir.
Fair enough. Doesn't ring a bell.
The live chat got it.
I didn't watch Progress as much, to be fair.
Yeti Boy and Davian got it. Slip up, Reese, says Davian. I think he has. Mate.
Was never a fan of Progress.
It was just a terrible. He's gone full Gerard in this round.
Not really, because I've actually got points.
Yeah. Sure. 6. What was Eva Marie's nickname in WWE the first time?
Red cunt.
Is that what you wrote?
No.
What did you write?
I just put the Red Empress because I don't care.
So Davian got this right. It was all red everything.
So shite, basically.
It should have been all green everything.
It's just shite because that's all she was.
Mm.
People actually want her back in WWE. That's why nobody deserves respect for that.
True. She didn't actually come back. She was managing Doudrop, eh?
Aye, and then she got broken, rightfully so.
Good.
Should
Seven.
have crushed her properly.
Controversially for some, what's the name of Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi's tag team?
Golden Lovers.
Golden Lovers. Question 8. It warmed my heart to see someone get this. Which
So you can
independent
call out
wrestler
then.
goes by the nickname of the Darewolf?
Since you were so happy about it, just go for it.
What? Go for it for who said it?
Go on then.
It was Davian.
Davian got it.
He got it. PJ
Go on
Black.
Well, I'm lucky.
Did
I've
you get
also
PJ
said-
Black?
I'm lucky that I got that because there was only one other name, and I'm lucky I didn't go with him. It was 50-50, so I'm actually kind of glad. So I've actually finished this round. Well, better than I'd hoped, but that was horrific.
I think Davian's picked you at the post, mate.
Might have.
I think he has. So no one got Scarlet.
If he's got the rest, fair play to him.
I think he got every other one.
Because I did finish
Davian,
half
mate,
of.
did you get 21 there? Mallow with 12. That's pretty respectable, mate. Those questions were, there's a reason I made them 3 each. Some of those are really, it's silly to say, but in a quiz, if you know it, you know it. If you don't, you're Reece. Davian thinks he got 21. I think he did, mate. And how many did you get, Reece? Did you get 15?
Yeah.
15. Well, that's definitely a win for Davian. Reece, I think you've managed to stay ahead of Mallow, though. You've scored higher than him in this round. Haven't had a running score from Yeti Boy. He's been sort of checking in, answering the questions. Davian minus Scarlet Bordeaux. Yeah, exactly. See, I've got questions that will stump you off. So, congratulations to Davian. Worthy quiz winner. Reece, you did well.
I need to know what he got first. I'm not having this bollocks.
You got 21?
Overall quiz score.
All right, you got 26 and grab the case.
Okay.
Got 5 out of 6 of Forbidden Door ones.
And
4 out of 6 for the first round.
I got 58 points altogether.
Yeah, so that's 4. And then 5's 9.
24.
How many did you get?
I got 58.
Did you get 58? The math didn't happen.
9, 4, 13.
Oh,
30.
I didn't. Sorry, I didn't do the first round out of 2 marks there for you, Davian. Did you get 9 in the first round?
I did, yeah.
10? Davian got 62. 10 in round 1, 5 in round 2, 26 in round 3, 21 in round 4. Mallow, respectable effort, mate. You got 45. Really good stuff there. And this has been a lot of fun. So, other than expecting an absolutely horrific quiz when it reverses and Reece takes hosting duties, this has been a lot of fun, people. We're back to the regular-ish schedule. There's a lot of wrestling coming up. We've obviously got to preview that Forbidden Door and Money in the Bank next week. Reece is way down to London for Money in the Bank, so we can't preview it on that weekend, so we'll have to do both next week, and then after that review, we'll maybe get to Gargano versus Andrade. But if things keep happening in wrestling, we can't pause them, I'm afraid. So Reece, do the honours as I finally show my face.
Yes, that was a very good quiz, actually. I enjoyed that. Very, very close. So respect to Davian on that one. 4 points. not so bad. Not so bad. That was hard, I'll admit as well. Some of those questions, credit to you on that one. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. To everyone that did get involved, thanks very much. We've went an hour and 50 minutes, and that was worth it. So thanks to yourself, Davian. Cheers, Malo, and also
Yeah,
cheers to the
thanks
likes
everyone
of
for
Yeti Boy as
tuning in.
well for getting involved. Vincent, yeah.
Yeah, honestly, you guys make it possible. If you weren't here, there'd be no point. I could just call Reece and ask him all these. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for proving that there is always someone who knows more than Reece, other than me, of course.
Well,
But until next time, until next Saturday, we will be seeing you.
absolutely. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, guys. See you later.